Did you know that math is racist? And I'm not talking about racial crime statistics or bell curves here. Mathematics as a field is racist. I mean, it shouldn't be that surprising. Smiling is racist. Dancing is racist. Essentially, existing as a white person in America today is a racist act. But I think this one is serious. As USA Today explains to me, there are grave, systemic, racist issues of white supremacy happening in math classrooms all across this country. The first instance of white supremacy we see in the math system is the utter lack of rap in the white man's classroom. The white man constructed class and schools to not have rap music because they made it for white people. Racism. There's no hip-hop, there's no rap, there's no swag. I mean, as we all know, the only way a black person can learn about algebra is through the lyrical genius of Jay-Z. The second instance of white supremacy in the classroom is allowing quote-unquote gifted students to have their own classroom. What, just because someone has academic success, they should be put in an advanced program? Now, all these kids with academic success and achievement getting put into gifted classrooms, this is an institution of white supremacy in America. Because you see, even in black majority areas, the majority of people in advanced placement programs and gifted classes, they are white and Asian. So it is the duty of the school board to disestablish these racist gifted students programs that are mostly white and Asian and make advanced placement classes, make gifted classes more diversity oriented, establishing black-only AP programs, black-only calculus, algebra 2 for the Latinx community. But advanced students aren't harmed by this because they can just take a normal class and then take a test for AP credit, and if they pass, we artificially inflate their grade. The teaching curriculum, even for the average students, used to be very white supremacy oriented. I'm sure in elementary school you answered questions, racist questions, like, oh, what's 2 apples plus 3 apples? But now students will be asked questions which make them see the real world. Questions about equity and social justice. We aren't racistly graphing how many lemonade sales Susie has at her lemonade stand. No, these kids are learning about graphs and graphing by graphing the disproportionate percent of time that black people and colored people are targeted by traffic stops. Sorry, Whitey, we're learning about George Floyd in this calculus class. But seriously though, this would be a joke if it weren't actually happening. Like, I assume a lot of you guys are sort of my age, and in 10 years when we're sending our kids to public school, man, dude, if you send your kid to a public school in 10 years, he's gonna come home and go, 1 plus 1 equals 2 George Floyds, 2 plus 2 equals 4 George Floyds, and also transgender. And of course the article makes sure to say that this isn't critical race theory. Hey, all you Republicans, this isn't critical race theory. That's only a college course, guys. We don't want to teach your kids about critical race theory in elementary school. We just want to let them explore their gender identities. We just want to explain America and its system of white supremacy. Jeez, dude, come on. I've said it a million times. They are coming for your kids, and right now. It's not 5-10 years in the future that we have to be worried about this stuff happening. It's happening now and no one cares. That's what you should be worried about. We have a generation of absolute dolts who have no business being in college, coming out of college absolutely brainwashed by a Marxist critical race theory, and you know what? They take a one semester internship and then get the certificate to educate, and now they're teaching your children. The battle against critical race theory and gender education in schools, it isn't a political issue. They aren't your political enemies. They are your spiritual enemies. The left, the progressives, they aren't your enemies because they want to raise taxes. They are your enemies because they hate your religion. They have a genocidal hatred for white people. They are your enemies because they cheer for abortion. And they are your enemies because they want to indoctrinate your children into their death cult, and if you say a word against it, they want you thrown in jail. They are demons. I mean, is there anything more antithetical to the human spirit than to hold back the top 10% from flourishing as they might for the sake that the bottom 90% don't feel stupid? They are really proving that all equity means is cutting the leg legs off of the tallest person in the room so the shortest person feels better about himself. Discontinuing advanced classes because there's too many white and Asian people in it. What do you call that other than racial hatred? And just for saying this stuff alone, you know that the drooling mob and their critical race theory hegemons would call me a racist. But I know that they don't actually think that racial hatred is a big problem. They hate me because of my race. They call me racist because I don't kneel down to them, and they hope by saying it will wound me so much that I will kneel down to them for fear of reprisals. But how about this? I don't care. Call me whatever you want. I won't kneel to you, you demon. I know I am righteous, and I only kneel to God.